Welcome. Thank you for joining. You're welcome, my beloved sister. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, my sister. I appreciate you. You're welcome, Chidi Njoko. Thank you so much for joining. Please like and share the broadcast as you join me. You like and share. Like and share as you join so that we can be able to reach out to others. Welcome. Thank you for joining wherever you are connecting us from. Thank you for joining. Like and share the program as you join from whichever part of the world you are joining from. Thank you for joining.
Promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isobo. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in He said,
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on this very program today. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting this program from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you are joining us from Biafra land, my special thanks goes to you as usual. You know I don't take you for granted. Anybody that is connecting this very program from Biafra land, I give my special thanks to that very person because it's not easy. It's not easy to join us here all the way from Biafra land with all the difficulties, all the challenges that we face on daily basis. It is not easy. It is only by commitment and the special grace of God that people connect to us here from Biafra land against all the attack, against all the blackmail, against all the propaganda, against all the obstruction that we are seeing on daily basis, against all the challenges. Yet, people from Biafra land are connecting to us. We need to applaud them and appreciate them for taking their time to join us. And I pray that anybody that have joined us from Biafra land, that Chukwu Okike Abịama will continue to guide and protect every one of you, continue to strengthen you, continue to be with you, continue to give you that strength and power to move on until we get to our destination. I welcome and I appreciate my beloved sister, Linda TV show. Thank you so much for your support. You are always there for me, my beloved sister. Chidi Njoko, thank you so much for joining us. Chidi Njoko, I appreciate you. Friday Alfred, thank you so much for joining. Friday Alfred. Amechi Jonas, oh my beloved brother Amechi, you are always here with me. I appreciate you, my brother Amechi. Thank you so much for joining. Owen Palace, thank you so much for joining. Owen, I appreciate everyone that has connected to the program, whether I mentioned your name or I did not. Henry Richard, thank you so much for joining. Henry, I appreciate you. Those I mentioned their name, those that didn't mention their name, you are all welcome and my respect goes to you. Today we have come once again, as we always do, in this very platform. You know that this is an autopiloted platform in the hand of Chukwu Okike Abịama. And this platform is standing with the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, the original IPOB of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, under the command of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile and on the guidance of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Then, on the supreme leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is where we stand. What we do here on daily basis is to state the situation of Biafran people, to bring our plight to the world, to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. In this platform, we don't preach violence, we don't preach hatred, we don't come here to tell lies or blackmail. What we do here is to bring the plight of the Biafran people before the whole world, to say it exactly the way it is, without being politically correct. We don't try to paint words. We say it the way it is. We come here to debunk every lie against the Biafran people, every lie against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, every lie against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the lie that the government and the British are telling against the indigenous people of Nigeria. That is what we bring to bear in this very platform. We say it the way it is. We bring our own story. We tell our own story, the true story of our situation. That is what we tell. We don't want to leave the story in the hand of the enemies. That is why we come here online on daily basis. We don't preach hate. Neither do we preach violence. What we preach is peace, and what we are seeking for is freedom. Every one of us, including our Prime Minister, is pursuing the freedom of the people. Not just for the Biafran people, a freedom is going to extend to everybody in that contraption, and people will grow at their own speed in their own space. That is what we're asking for. And today, it is because of that reason today that we are in a day that we wish every one of us happy sit at home. If you are a genuine Biafran, you should know that today is a day we wish each other happy sit at home. And it is happening. As you are watching this very program, as you are connected, please share, like and share so that other people can connect to us. Today is a day that will make our voice heard. Today is a day that we come together, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's day, a day that will tell the world that an innocent man is illegally detained in Nigeria for the past 2 years. 2 years plus, they have continued to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu under solitary confinement, even when their own court have said that let this man go, he has not committed any offense. They continue to hold him. It is because of this situation, because of the intimidation, because of the abuse, because of the loss of life that we continue to incur every day, that the Biafran people have come together and they choose the most peaceful and the most democratic way to air their opinion, which is civil disobedience. In that civil disobedience, we choose sit at home. The most peaceful way to air our voice. We did not call for protests. We did not call for a riot. We do not call for any overthrow of anybody. We do not call for violence. What we call for is people to diligently, on their own, sit at home, so that the world will know that we are not comfortable with that very contraption where they kept us. We are not comfortable watching our own supreme leader languish in jail. That is why we are sitting at home every Monday. And like every other Monday, as you are watching me, the Biafran people are shutting down every nook and cranny in Biafra land. There's no movement anywhere. It's a total lockdown in Biafra land. And I thank Chukwu that the Biafran people have begun to understand it better. They have begun to understand it better. And you see, since our Biafran people have begun to understand better, we don't have loss of life anymore during this at home. We do not have loss of life. That is why you see, now that they have come out again to bring their threat, now they have come out again to try to blackmail the sit at home. You know what they are going to do. Do not allow them to use you as a blackmail. Do not fall a victim. Do not fall a victim. Just have it at the back of your mind that your life is precious. Your life is precious, not just to you, but to every one of us as Biafran. And I must tell you, every life is precious. It doesn't matter the religion, it doesn't matter the location, it doesn't matter the tribe. Every life is precious. And we, the Biafran people, we add value to life. We respect life. We do not abuse life. We know what life is. That is why in Igbo Biafra we call life, human being, we call it mando, the beauty of life. That is how we address the human being, the beauty of life. We don't joke with human beings. No matter your tribe, no matter your religion, no matter your location, we value every life. And that is why we are taking our time to make sure that the collateral damage in Biafra land is reduced to zero. That is why we have chosen the most peaceful means of airing our opinion, which is sit at home. Sit at home, undoubtedly. Even in their conventional media, they have said it. That is the legitimate way of people airing their opinion. But you see, when they come to their blackmail, they say that we are forcing people. Nobody is forcing anybody to sit at home in Biafra land. Biafran people on their own have said that they are no longer comfortable in this contraption called Nigeria. They are no longer comfortable watching their spirit leader being detained illegally, even when the court have said let him go. They continue to detain him. They have seen this happen again and again, and they are no longer comfortable with it. That is why the Biafran people are reacting today on different fronts, on different places, reacting. And I can bet you, in Biafra land today, people on their own have understood it better than ever. They have now understood that the reason and purpose of we sitting at home is not to intimidate them. It is not to destroy their economy. It is not to destroy their life. It is not to make them go into frustration. It is for their voice to be heard. It is for their own voice, because it has become very, very clear that the Biafran people have nobody to represent them or speak for them anywhere in that contraption called Nigeria. When you mention Nigeria, the Biafran people are not part of the plan. We are not part of the plan. And seeing everything that is happening, they have told us to our face that we are not part of them. They said it through their election. They just concluded the election. You saw how they were intimidating and taking the life of the Biafrans who have decided to play with them. Initially, we won, and we said, do not get involved in this election. It is fraudulent. It is a trap. We won and won and won, and they went all the way to UK, and they used the London boy. To push you out to come and legitimize their evil. And some of you came out. And in coming out, they still told you your friend that you are not qualified to vote in a country which they said you are part of. In a country which they say you are part of. This is a country where you're supposed to be the first class citizen, because you are the fowl that laid the golden egg. You are supposed to be pampered. You are supposed to be treated with respect. Yet, they tell you to your face that you are not supposed to vote. When all these things were happening, lives were lost, properties destroyed. Even after the election, they continued. Nobody was making a case for you. Nobody was speaking up for us. Not the governors, not the senators, not the House of members, not the Ohanes and Igbo, not any traditional ruler. None of them was making a case for you. Even when they come out to speak, instead of them standing for you, they blackmail you the more. They come out to support the enemy against you. We have seen them do that again and again. And the Biafrans have gotten tired of keeping silent. That is why you see Biafrans today shouting on top of their voices on different areas, using the civil disobedience to air their opinion, let the world know where they stand. What do? Instead of them listening and doing the right thing, they are now pushing blackmail and propaganda. They will go to the extent of taking the life of the innocent people. First of all, they will go in to tell them, do not obey these people. Do not sit at home. Come out. Do not sit at home. And when they come out, they will now use them to blackmail the IPOB. They will still send people who will claim to be enforcing. And they now take their life and blame it on the IPOB. They will blame it on our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. They will blame it on the philosophers in Dandeka. This is a template they have played over and over and over again. When we say it, people will think, well, it is not a made-up story. We have seen several times when even their conventional media caught them red-handed where a policeman in uniform was enforcing sit at home. A policeman in uniform was enforcing sit at home. But yet, they will turn their blind eye to all this evil and they will focus on us and begin to blackmail us and say that we are enforcing it. But we are not enforcing it. The people of Biafra that we know, the leaders of the movement that we know, will never deny anything that they did. They will take responsibility for every single action they took. Just like Mazen Nanikan. Mazen Nanikan never shied away from taking responsibility for every action that he took. And today, our Prime Minister Mazen Nanikan is the last person that will deny something that he has done. We have seen this template being played over. During the time of NSAS, it was played. We saw DSS coming with their car to send hoodlums to hijack a protest that was made by the people for the interest of the nation. We saw a boss carrying hoodlums to come and attack people who were protesting legitimately to make a difference. So whatever we are saying in the case of Biafra is not a new thing. It's something that has been happening. They did that against the El Zazaki movement. Every time people come out to air their opinion, what the government of the Zolita Republic does is to come and after them by taking their life, destroying them and attacking them. Building different kinds of propaganda and blackmails. I can tell you that the major work of the DSS is to blackmail the citizens of that country. The major work of the DSS is to push propaganda and make sure those propaganda continue to work. They have done it in several occasions. But for us, we have had it over their neck. And we say, we can no longer continue to watch this blackmail happen. That is why we have chosen the sit at home. And I can tell you, the way we are going today, it is not just going to stop on Monday sit at home. We are taking it to a different level. You have seen us have a successful 1 week sit at home. And that 1 week of sit at home today have revealed so many hidden agendas. So many. It is because of that very sit at home 1 week that you see enemies of Biafra today, they are in broad daylight, dancing naked. They are outside everywhere, dancing naked. They cannot hide anymore. Dancing naked. All you have to do is to open your eyes, apply your common sense, and you will see the enemies of Biafra uniting together, speaking in one voice. And you that call yourself a legitimate Biafran that has the Biafran blood flowing your way, instead of you to come and unite with your own people and speak in one voice, you are speaking in a different tone. You are standing against your people. You are raising blackmail and propaganda against your people. Instead of you to think home or return home, you are watching and you see your enemies because they have taken you as their common enemy. They are uniting together from different fronts. The caliphate is coming there. The saboteurs from the IPOB, the fake IPOB, they are coming there. The saboteurs are coming there. The man in the creek is coming there. Ohanes and Igbo criminals are coming there. The political criminals are coming there. They march together and they are speaking in one voice. But you that you call yourself a Biafran, instead of you to come back and look inward, join your own brother, join the Biafra Republic government in exile that you know today they are the frontline movement that is trying to restore Biafra. The restoration of Biafra is today in the hand of Biafra Republic government. It doesn't matter whether you are jealous. It doesn't matter whether you hate them. Whether you like Master Manepa, whether you hate him, it doesn't really matter. What matters is the life of the 70 million people that is on the line. How to rescue them. And today, the only man that has a template to rescue them is Mazi Simon Ekpa through the Biafra Republic government in exile. Why won't you support them? Why won't you support them? Our common interest as Biafrans is freedom. It doesn't matter the language you speak. It doesn't matter your tongue. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your location. It doesn't matter what you call yourself. It doesn't matter who you say you're supporting. Our common interest is how to be free and have our own voice in our own country. Why won't you look inwards? Looking at the project of your own brothers, looking at your brother who is making headways, why won't you return back home and join him to make sure that that very sanity is being established properly? That freedom is being brought in a speed. Why won't you do that? Even if you find out that you cannot be able to make a contribution, why are you standing on the way? Why don't you give way? Keep silent if you don't have anything to offer. Relax and allow them bring the freedom come. Why are you attacking them? Why? That is why I have seen the worst enemy of Biafrans ever in the history of Biafra. The worst enemy of their people in the history, the people that rose against, the worst enemy of their people is the Ohaneze Ndi Igbo. The social cultural group of the Igbo Biafrans, Ohaneze, they are the worst enemies of their people that I have seen on the planet Earth. I have never seen a kind of saboteurs like these people. I have never seen a father waging war against his own child, broad daylight, openly. Let me tell you, no matter how bad your own son is, a good father, no matter how bad his own child is, will never hand his child over to be killed. Never. No matter how stubborn your own child is, no matter the crime he has committed, you will never ever hand your child over to be slaughtered. And I can give you an example. You see the country you call United States of America, UK, and all these war powers, they will never allow their citizens to be executed in any country, no matter the crime that citizen committed. They will pursue the case until they retrieve that very man and let the man come to their own country and serve his sentence. They will never hand their citizens over to you. They will never hand their own citizen over to you to prosecute their citizen for they will never do that. But what we see is Ohaneze Ndi Igbo coming out to declare war against their own people. And the papers in Nigeria carry the news. It's in their papers that Ohaneze Ndi Igbo is calling on the drug baron they made the president that the man should come and bring troops to Biafra land, that the second Biafran war has now started. That the second Biafran war has been declared. They are calling on the federal government of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria to bring their troops down to Southeast. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. After they have issued a bounty of 500 million on their own child. These people are in a country where they have the 4 most dangerous terrorists in the world. The 4 most dangerous terrorists in the world, they are in this country. They are in this country. And where they have their abode is in the north. They are not silent. They are taking innocent life on daily basis. We have seen them on news. We have seen it on video. We have seen news on daily basis. Even as at yesterday, people are losing their life in numbers. In this area where the terrorists are taking position, well-known terrorists, we have never had their own governor come to demand for the military to come with their jet and bomb anywhere. We have never seen any of those governors coming out to ask for military action. Instead, they come and they make peace with them, and they're even making a case for them. They are even asking the federal government to give them some allowances. Today, you saw your vice president, the leader of the Boko Haram, your vice president. You saw what he said, that in the northwest, in the northeast, where the terrorists is having their headquarters, in the northeast where the terrorists have the vice president have come to say that in that very place that they are not going to use military action, that they will not use military action, that the federal government is trying to bring out a means to curtail the problem in that area. The vice president is saying that in the northeast where the terrorists are having they are already in charge of some places, collecting tax, they are having their free day. He said they will not use violence, that they are going to find a means of reaching out to them. But in Biafra land, where you have people who are asking for a legitimate right, They are not terrorists. They are not hiding. They have faces. They have eyes. They have ears. You can see them. You can talk to them. You can communicate with them. They are in the street. You are meeting with them on a daily basis. They are only asking for self-determination. What do? You are inviting the military to come with their military mind and begin to destroy lives and property. This is the same thing they did before. They went ahead to prescribe every single one of us, and it is that prescription that is still causing the loss of life in Biafra land today. The prescription of IPOB is the genesis of the loss of life, insecurity you are seeing in Biafra land today. They gave the license, free license to terrorist military, terrorists in uniform to come to Biafra land and begin to take life. When they enter Biafra land, just the only thing they need to do is to take the flag of Biafra and keep near your house, and they will bomb your house. The only thing they need to take your life is to just put a Biafran flag near you, and you are gone. They did that and did that as if it's not enough. Today, they have gone ahead to call these people to come. They go now to invite the military to come for no reason. And when you see all this things happen, what is ringing in your head as a Biafran? When you find out what is happening, that nobody is there for you, you have no representation. People who were supposed to speak for you and represent you, they are now the ones who are championing your death. Where else lies your faith? Our faith today lies in Chukwu Okike. And Chukwu Okike has given us someone who is going to lead us to victory. Mazi Simon Eber. And we thank Chukwu Okike that he's not hesitating. He is on the front line, taking all necessary risks to make sure that we get to our destination. Wherever you are watching this program from, you must prepare yourself for what is coming. Prepare yourself. We don't have to run away from our shadows. It has become necessary that we make the great move now. It has become necessary that we make great move. And for some of you who are very conversant to the Twitter, I told you, if you are not on Twitter, go and open Twitter and make sure that you follow Master Simon Ekpa on Twitter. Just this morning, he has tweeted and he responded to Haneze Nibu. And he said that we are going to reconsider declaration of Biafra if they make any attempt of invading Biafra land. As these criminals that call themselves Haneze have gone ahead to invite the military to take over, to declare state of emergency in Biafra land, if they make any attempt of declaring state of emergency in Biafra land, we will have no other choice than to declare Biafra. Did you hear that? You hear what I said? Our Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile, he said, if the federal government of Nigeria declare a state of emergency in Biafra land, just as the Ohanese people have demanded, we will have no other choice than to declare Biafra. And every single one of them that have contributed to the declaration of state of emergency, we have to go to exile or face the consequence. Everybody that is serving the zoo, every member of Ohanese, we have to go to exile or they will face the consequence. This is where we are. And I have told you, if you are taking the words of our Prime Minister for a joke, you are only joking with your own life. If you are taking the word of our Prime Minister for a joke, you are joking with your own life. You better take him serious. Every single statement he made, he follows it up. That is why he doesn't just come out to say something. Whatever our Prime Minister says, he has already thought about it over and over and over again. He has already considered and see how possible it is. So, Biafrans, prepare yourself. Everything is on the table. As it stands today, everything is on the table. While you are preparing for the 2 weeks sit at home that is coming, prepare for any eventuality. As we are preparing for the 2 weeks sit at home, prepare for every eventuality. Anything is possible. Anything and everything. Hear me and hear me clear. Anything and everything is possible. It has become very clear that the enemy we are dealing with is not just an ordinary one. It's a very stubborn one. And that is why we are chasing this very restoration of Biafra in multi-dimensional way. You have heard our Prime Minister say this many times. There is a multi-dimensional approach. Anyone they bring, we will follow them according to their response. We are 1,000 miles ahead of them. You see, coming of Biafra in 2023, they will hasten it up. Every single one of them in that organization, evil, all these criminals that are bent on selling out house, they have already declared war in Biafra land. And we are going to move with speed with that declaration and get Biafra. I have told you, all things worketh for good to them that love Biafra. As long as we are standing on the truth, believing in the directives and the words of Chukwuka, every single step they take will be to our own advantage. Whatever step you see them take will definitely be for our own advantage. Today, as you are watching this program today, it is Monday. And as usual, Biafran people have come to understand that the sit at home is a necessity. You don't need to beg people. You don't need to cajole people. You don't need to fight people. You don't need to force people. Biafrans on their own are sitting at home. As you are watching, people are sitting at home. It is for your own good. It is for your own safety. We do not want anybody to fall victim. Do not make yourself available. Don't make yourself available and let them use you as a blackmail against this very struggle. They are going to come. You have seen them threatening from different angles. The chief of army staff is threatening. The inspector general of police is threatening. Commissioner of police is threatening. Every one of them is issuing threat. Ohanes Ndibo is threatening. Abuja is threatening. But in all this, their threat, we cannot be moved. We are not moved. We are not moved because we know what we are pursuing. We are pursuing what we are pursuing through a legal means, and we are not committing any crime anywhere. Every approach that we are following is legal. Every approach we are taking today is legal. Prepare yourself for what is coming. We have come a long way, and we cannot afford to give up our freedom. They can continue to blackmail for all I care. They can continue to push their lies, their falsehood, right, left, and center. But that is not going to change anything. It will not change the situation. It will not change the situation. Today you have seen what is happening. Every day you see more facts, more reason why we must not be part of this Zoological Republic. Every day you see more reasons why we must not be part of the zoo. Just look at the system. Every time when you have a new government, it becomes worse than the previous one. Any new government becomes worse than the previous one. And you think that you can be able to survive in such kind of a system. It is so sad that some people have decided to accept such kind of livelihood. No human being lives the way people of Nigeria are living. No human being will be living like the way people in Nigeria are living, like animals. They take everything. Everything that is thrown at them, they accept it. They will be seeing fraud before their own very eyes. They will see illegality before their own very eyes, and they will be quiet and they watch it. Instead of them approaching that evil and correcting it, they will tell you, oh, are you the only one? Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. They are always moving on illegality. Every time, let's move on illegality, you're moving on. And you think it's okay. It is not okay, and will never be okay. It is not okay. You see why the Biafrans do not want to be part of this madness anymore. Because the people in that contraption are not showing any sign of change. They are not ready to stand up and make a statement. They are not ready to make any change whatsoever. They are just okay where they are, in that intimidation, in that criminality, in that fraud. But the Biafran people, knowing who we are, that we are the children of Chukwuka, we cannot fold our hands and remain in that kind of fraudulent life. We don't want to be part of it. We have come a long way. We have come a long way. And we know the Chukwu Okeme we're worshiping, that he will not tolerate. There are certain things that Chukwu Okeme will never tolerate. That is why the Biafran people are standing their ground. Going forward is going to be a tough period. Going forward, it's going to be a tough period. But you as a Biafran, you must be very careful. You must be very, very careful in everything you do. Do not play into their hands. Do not play into their hands. Every one of us should be happy that we are not just left alone. Chukwu Okike gave us Mazen Nandekano. And Mazen Nandekano was able to put something in place before he was kidnapped. At least we have a force that can defend us. We have the ESN. We have the Biafra Liberation Army. And we can be able to stand any challenge from the zoo. We can face it. We can stand any challenge from the zoo, no matter how they try. And that is why today we have decided to take up the defense of our own land. We have to defend our land by all means possible. We must defend our land and defend it. We cannot run away from our own land. How? How can we run away from our own land? We run away for a stranger, a total stranger, to come and take over your land. Nobody accepts that. We are talking about people who are not even Nigerians. The Fulanis are not Nigerians. Look at the Hausas are still crying. The Hausas today, finally, when they have realized what they've done to themselves, they are crying today. The Fulanis have dominated them, used their own name to cause many evil and havoc everywhere, use their name and their own self to decimate themselves. And today, when they have realized, they are trying to make amends. But it's not easy. We would not like to go down the same road that the Hausa people went. No. We can never go down that road. No matter what, no matter how they try, no matter their manipulations. They are coming in several ways, even trying to mix our race, trying to mix us up with them. You see Fulanis speaking Igbo and claiming to be Igbos. You see Fulanis dominating many ethnicities in Biafra land, trying to claim that this is their tribe, trying to claim that they are indigenous in such areas. And the people who are supposed to speak up are not speaking up. They are not speaking up. People who has nothing to add to your economy. When they are talking about, they don't add. Fulani can never add anything to your development. They never have any plan. I tell you, give them a land free of charge to maintain. They can't maintain it. They can't maintain it. You come there the next 20 years, 30 years, you see that land still the same way. No development anywhere. That is whom they are. Are you talking about fraud? They are the most fraudulent people in the planet Earth. The most fraudulent people. Who will believe that somebody like late Muhammad Buhari, who they call Mr. Integrity, who will believe that immediately he stepped down, that he's the governor of Central Bank that is worked under him with his own directive directly will be arrested? Who will believe that? Who will believe that? But this is where we find ourselves. Excuse me. This is where we find ourselves, and we cannot continue to condone this kind of evil. Enough is enough. We have suffered enough in the hand of these criminals. We have suffered enough in the hand of these bandits who don't want us to grow. They don't want to grow, and they don't want any other person to grow. They don't want to add meaning to their own life, and they don't want you to add meaning to your own life. All they enjoy doing is to distract people, to cause mayhem right, left, and center. That is all they enjoy doing. Nothing more. There is nothing to their name. There is nothing whatsoever to their name. There's nothing. Exactly, Marchi best. Exactly, Marchi best. That is what we saw. We saw it on news. People that are supposed to be protecting you and I. The social cultural group of the Igbo people. And I used to tell people, If you are an Igbo man and you are standing against Biafra, your own punishment will be worse. Chukwu Okike will never forgive you. He can forgive any other tribe. He can forgive any other people in Biafra land. But you, an Igbo Biafran, standing against Biafra, Chukwu Okike will never forgive you. Because Biafra is a divine mission that is being placed in their own hand to make sure that every human being in that contraption is saved. In extension, every African. And you want to truncate it. A socio-cultural group of the Igbo Biafrans come out and begin to declare war against Biafra. The same way they declared war through their prescription. Now they feel that one like have become that one have become an old style. It's like their prescription is no longer working. When they have seen their prescription is not working, it doesn't stop us. Now they declare war. But I tell you, our prime minister have responded. Prepare to go to exile. Prepare to go to exile. Because we cannot sit and begin to watch you. Every one of you that is diving into this criminality, every one of you that is making him or herself available, prepare to go to exile. We will leave no stone unturned. We will leave no stone unturned to make sure every one of you leave Biafra land. We are going to chase them out. Our prime minister have already said it. He tweeted it this morning. Our prime minister tweeted this morning that since they have decided to declare state of emergency in Biafra land, if they dare declare any state of emergency, we have no choice than to declare Biafra. That thing they are running from, they will see. They will just wake up and see it. We will declare Biafra and we will defend our territory. We will defend it. Since what they want is war, they're going to get it. Whichever measure they bring to us, we are going to face them with the same equal measure. Whatever thing they throw at us, we will going to throw back to them. We cannot run away from our shadows. We cannot be able to chicken out and say this and that because of what? For who? Who the hell do you think you are? From which planet are you coming from? You want us to run away from all land? You, a stranger. A stranger doesn't have a room. From Futajeron, you are looking for a place to settle. You didn't see where to settle. You have succeeded in decimating the Hausa people. Then, in your dream, you think you can now go to Biafra land to acquire something. You're mad. You're mad. But we are not surprised. Because when the gods will kill a man, they will make him deaf and dumb. When the gods will kill a man, they will make him deaf and dumb. That is why the gods have made them not to know the consequence of their action. That's why the gods is pushing them to make the move that they know they can then succeed in it. They want to destabilize Biafra land. You have tried, but we know ourselves. We have tried, but we know ourselves. There's nothing anybody can do to stop us. You can't. Anything you're doing as a trial, you're just wasting your garden time. You cannot stop the movement. You cannot. The more you try to stop it, the more you empower it. Look at the sit at home. With all your blackmail and propaganda on sit at home, today, Biafra land is shut down. And I'm telling you, the 2 weeks coming, the 2 weeks sit at home that is coming, it will be a total lockdown. And of course, our Prime Minister of Biafra government, they have spoken. And we are going to try as much as possible to provide palliative. Every one of you that is watching, don't forget about that palliative. It is we that will sponsor it. $10 per family. It's not too much. $10 per family. You don't have any family you can sponsor. You just key in. We are going to overcome. No matter what they do. No matter their propaganda, their blackmail and all that they're saying, they will never ever succeed. They will never succeed. So wherever you are in Biafra land, prepare yourself. We are going home. Prepare. All you got to do today is to think about how to secure yourself and your family. And one of the major ways for you to be secure is for you to listen to the voice of reason. Whenever you hear sit at home, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Okike, just sit at home. Sit at home. It is for your own sake. It is for your own life, to save you. It's to keep you alive, to keep you safe. When you hear sit at home, there is no point. Don't allow them to use you to blackmail us. Don't allow them. But that's one thing that's important. Even if you allow them to use you to blackmail us, the blackmail will not fly. That is the most painful thing. It will not fly. The blackmail will not succeed. And it will not make us to stop asking for Biafra. No single life is higher than the other. Every Biafran life matters. Every Biafran life matters, no matter who you think you are. Every Biafran life matters. That is why we cannot gamble with one. If we lose any Biafran man, we'll go after the people that made it. And as it stands today, we cannot play with any. We can't play with any of our lives. We cannot play. We cannot afford to gamble with the life of any Biafran. We are going to defend Biafran land to the highest. And that is why you see, remember, in self-defense, it requires equipment. And every Saturday, we have been making move. We have been making fundraising to acquire those equipment. And Chukwukeme is helping us. You have had our Prime Minister also come in the open and make a plea that if you have somebody anywhere that can be able to provide us with support to defend ourselves, we are in for it. We are in for it. You know, some of them think it's a secret. Defending ourselves is a secret. We're going to be talking secretly on how to defend ourselves. We cannot talk secretly on how to defend ourselves. We know what we are doing. All we need is equipment to be able to secure ourselves. Equipment to carry out our duties. If we have enough equipment, it doesn't matter what you say or what you do. It doesn't really count. It doesn't. Well, we are getting there very soon. We are getting there. We are getting there. No amount of your blackmail can make. The more you blackmail us, the more you make us see reasons to follow Biafra. If you don't know it now. The more you blackmail, that is the difference between Biafrans and black people. You can blackmail other people and they fall victim. You blackmail people and they lose their guard. But when it comes to Biafra struggle, every single blackmail you make is translated to positive side. It becomes a positive move for us. Look at those who went to Finland to promote our Prime Minister. They promoted him. Look at all the other ones that are coming out from and all their propaganda and blackmail. Today, with all those their nonsense they are saying, our Prime Minister today is the one trending in all platforms. You have seen them when their conventional media do not want to talk about it happening in Biafra land. But today, we have forced them to use that their top discussion. The Biafran plight has become the top. And when the Biafran news, when Mazin Samanapa goes high, Mazin Nandekano must go high. Biafran must go high. That is one thing people fail to realize. Anytime Mazin Samanapa goes high, Mazin Nandekano follows him high, and the Biafran will go high. You cannot push us to the background. That is what these people are trying to do. To disappear us, put us in the background, then they will start perpetrating their evil. They will start pushing all manner of lies and propaganda, right, left, etc. But we cannot allow that to happen. We will not. We will not allow that to happen. No matter how they try, no matter who they buy, no matter where they pass through, we cannot allow that evil to proceed. Biafrans, prepare for our coming seat at home. Nothing will stop it. You know that this stubborn Pharaoh will not let go of Mazin Nandekano. But we will force them. We will force them to release Mazin Nandekano. None of them, you can't stop it. A man who has not committed any crime, and you want us to be silent. Wants us to be silent and allow you to be abusing his rights because he's a Biafran. It is so sad. It's a very sad situation. But my problem is that people who are concerned, some of them are not paying attention. But we don't care. Whether you pay attention or you don't pay attention, it doesn't matter for us. What matters to us today is our sovereign state of Biafra. We want to start building from the scratch. We want to start building from the scratch. And I bet you, Biafra, we definitely, no matter what they do, it will come. It will come. And when it does, there's nothing you can do. You can't stand out its way. Because Biafra will never behold evil. Biafra will never behold corruption. Every of these corrupt criminals, they will run away and they will run out of business. And that is their fear today. That is one of their fear. That is why so many of them will not join Biafra in the business circle. The ones who are criminals in the business circle, who go and steal and say they are doing business, they will never support Biafra. Those who are power mongers, the politicians who are power mongers, at every given time they are looking for power, they will never be part of Biafra and they will not support it. They will not be part of it and they will not support it. Your so-called elite, people that give themselves elite, even when they have no voice, you call yourself elite in a country where you have no voice. You have no voice anywhere. The Fulanis will just go and take them, do their meeting and pass instruction, and you carry it out. And you think that's okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. Time has come when we have to take responsibility of our actions. Make a move to redeem ourselves. Nobody will redeem you. Nobody. If you think that somebody's going to come and rescue you, nobody's going to rescue you. It is you that will rescue yourself. Nobody anywhere is coming to rescue you. Get it clear. Get it very clear. When they deceive you and say so person is coming, or maybe they deceive you and tell you that they put gold and diamond for you somewhere. It's a lie. It is a lie. Every one of us have to wake up. We have to stay awake. We are in the last days, in the last days. And I bet you, we are going home. No matter what they do. Are we going to have trials? Of course, yes, we have trials. Will there be temptation? Of course, there will be numerous temptations. But are we going to win? Definitely. We shall win. We have won before, and we will continue to win. Already, that is why they are panicking, because they know what we are capable of. That is why Asorok today is panicking. Asorok today, they are panicking seriously, because they don't know what is coming. They don't know what is coming. Remember the word of our Prime Minister. What you don't know is bigger than you. When he says that word, I pause and I think about it deeply. Each time I hear him say that word, I pause and I think deeply. I want you to do the same. When you hear our Prime Minister of Biafra say what he says, how do you feel? What do you think? When you hear Mazi Samuel say that what you don't know is bigger than you, what comes into your mind? Write it at the comment section. Just write it in the comment section. When you hear Mazi Samuel say what he says, how do you feel? May Chukwu carry my God and protect us. What you don't know is bigger than you. It's a very deep and strong word. And that is why I tell people, do not walk by sight alone. Walk by the Spirit. Do not walk by sight alone. Walk by the Spirit. There are certain things you cannot see with your eyes. There are some battles going on daily basis, every minute, that you cannot see with your eyes. But they are there. That you're not seeing them doesn't mean they are not there. They are there. And so many battles are won spiritually today. So many battles, uncounted battles, are won. Wherever you are watching us from, I urge you to stand firm. We are going home. Wherever you are watching from, I beg you in the name of Chukwu, don't get distracted. Do not allow any form of blackmail or propaganda catch you. The enemy will never stop. They will continue to recruit. They will continue to push their evil agenda. They will continue to pursue until we decimate them finally. Until we decimate them. What you don't know is bigger than you. See beyond the physical. See beyond your nose. Except you see beyond the physical, you will not have that courage to speak the way some of us speak as Biafrans. If you don't see above the physical, you cannot be able to understand the explanation that been made by Mazi Nandekano and Mazi Simon Epa. If you are focusing your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to the physical, you will never be able to get the answer. But when you are spiritually connected, just as all of us say, Biafra is a spirit. Yes, it is. I believe it. But you that is saying it, do you believe it? Do you believe that Biafra is a spirit? So many people that are saying it, are confessing, they don't believe it. That is why they are fighting Mazi Samaneva today. You cannot be fighting against Master Simon and you tell me that Biafra is a spirit. You cannot be opposing Master Simon, fighting him, bringing him down, and calling him names. And yet you come and you open your dirty mouth and say that Biafra is a spirit. You don't know what you're talking about. Those who know that Biafra is a spirit, when they see events happen, they look through it, sincere with open heart, and then they know the direction to take. I'm not going to force you who to follow or who not to follow. All you need to do is to apply your common sense. Before you do anything in life, apply your common sense. In as much as common sense is not common. We hear it, we say the word every time, common sense, but common sense is not common. There are some people who are not using that common sense that Chukwukema gave them. That is why you see people today, they will still come out and begin to support the criminals in the open. Some of them will come to the comment section and they will be writing trash. I don't have their time. I don't give a damn to all those idiots. I don't get distracted with them. I follow, of course, on my message and I preach my message until I get done with it. Chukwukema have done us a great work. What is remaining now is in your hand, is in my hand. Our redemption is in our hand. If we don't do something now, then it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. Of course. There are so many things that are happening, my beloved brother. So many things that are happening. My good church, the best channel. Is it Magchi best channel? So many things are happening that we are not posting online. What you saw our Prime Minister post is just a tip of the iceberg. That post you saw our Prime Minister made is a tip of a lot of things are happening that we don't show on social media. Remember, even our Spirit Master Nanekano gave us instruction not to show such. And we have maintained that instruction to date. But judging with what is happening today, because of the blackmail and propaganda that is coming out, our Prime Minister has no choice than to begin to release those videos. Some of those videos. And you will continue to see some of them going forward, as he said. Because first of all, the Ohanes and Igbo, Ndori and Ndama, they come with their blackmail to make you believe that the ESN is not working. They make you believe that the ESN is not defending you. They make you believe that Master Simon Eber is not in touch. But I tell you, the ESN is the reason why you are not seeing people in IDP camp the way you see them in the north. Today you see people in the north, in IDP camp. Benue State have cried and cried and cried and they lost tears. Zamfara people are no longer existing. But in Biafra land, because we have a special force in Biafra land, the ESN, we have the Biafra Liberation Army. No idiot crosses on that side to cause mayhem. The only confrontation we are having most of the time is the military. And they are aiding and abetting these Fulanis. The military is aiding them and abetting them. In several occasions, we have seen confession several times. People who were arrested. But at the end of the day, they discovered that the government was directly involved. Nigerian military. That is why when you look at them who are talking about reform, you laugh. A country that took terrorists and put in their military. And I can bet you, half of the people you are seeing in uniform today, both in police and army, they are terrorists. Half of them are terrorists. Half of them, they are terrorists. And nobody see anything wrong in that. So, and when Biafrans come out to defend themselves, you see everything wrong with it. You do not want to engage or talk. But it doesn't matter. Whether you engage or you don't engage, you can never change what is happening. Before we round up on this program, I would like to play a message of Mazen Nandekan. Let me refresh our memory. I would like to play. Let me refresh our memory on a message of Mazen Nandekan. One of these messages. Let us hear his voice. Because I bet you, the voice of Mazen Nandekan energizes me at every given point in time. I don't play with his messages. Even though I'm a broadcaster, even though I have watched most of his messages, I followed it live to the end. You know, most of his messages are long, 2 hours, 3 hours, some 4 hours broadcast. So, but still, I take out time to go and revisit all those messages. And I would like you to be doing the same. From time to time, go and revisit the messages of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Anyone you can lay your hand upon, just lay your hand on it. Lay your hand on it. Play it over. Listen to it. And you will see the deep message that is buried in it. There are so many informations that we are ignoring. It is high time we begin to visit those informations. It is high time we begin to visit those information. Play out those voices so that we can remember our supreme leader, the message he left for us. So many things that we have forgotten. We have to start looking backwards. We have to start looking inwards. We have to start addressing issues. We have to start thinking backwards. Let me see if I can get one of his message and play to take us back, for us to remember what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said to us in the past, the information he has led for you and I. Every one of us must continue to obey the instructions. Do not allow their propaganda and their evil agenda to catch you. Don't allow their falsehood to get you. Let us hear the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Just briefly. 1 second.
You know, sometimes when we try to enlighten people and tell them that what binds people together is what is called value system, they don't understand it. The Hausas run a feudal system. In feudalism, only one man is king and lord over everybody else. That is why you have Babangida. Babangida can never ever say, oh, this is this money, we're going to use it to build something that will benefit the whole community. No. He will go and build his own refinery in Ivory Coast. Now, Dangote is the only person. You see, to them, it doesn't mean anything. Monopoly to them because it's an extension of feudalism, but within a capitalist setting, where only one person controls everything that happens around them. They don't understand share ownership. They can own shares in a company. Many people can own that company. Golden Guinea Breweries Limited in Omwanya. You can buy shares in it. Ceramics in Omwanya, anybody can buy shares in it. All on Palm Plantation, and Calagu Cement, Premier Breweries, all the institutions where we come from, Cooperative and Commerce Bank, ACB, before they ate them into the dust. Ordinary people actually owned shares there. But you have these people, what they understand is the feudal, because in feudalism, where it finds breathing space in Islam, where one is rankadede, you can be poor. If you're born a gate man, your generation after you will be gate men all throughout their lives. If you're a shoe shiner, so be it. They don't care. But where we come from, we want each and everybody to better themselves. People give birth to their children. Say, I want my child to be greater than I am. Which means you encourage competition. You want people to do better. It doesn't happen. There in the north, in the feudal, medieval, Mohammedan Emirate of the North, which was what Lugard called them, Mohammedan Emirate of the North. That is their real name. Where they come from. Is nothing wrong if Babangida's child is importing or flying in a horse trainer from Argentina. It's not a problem. It doesn't matter to you. If only Babangida, if only Atiku, if only Buhari, if only Dangote are the rich men, it doesn't bother them. They are content with it. But where we come from, everybody wants to better themselves. We are not the same people. Our difference goes to the root of how we think as a people. We don't reason the same way as a people. Why must we be together?
Did you hear it? That was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speaking. That was our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speaking. This is a message he left for us. The difference between us and these people is like from here to heaven, and there is no way we can exist together. The difference between us and these criminals, this Zululand Republic, these people, these Fulanis, is like from here to heaven. We don't have anything in common, and we never ever have anything in common. And if you are a Biafran, and you are still playing into this very falsehood, I want you to pay attention. Listen to this prayer. And when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speak, every Biafran say amen to his prayer. We don't take joke with prayers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We say amen to every prayer that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu offers. Let us listen to this short prayer. Nigeria na dosa Chineke na dem gosi. Onye ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka Nigeria wee wuru ofu nna nke break ndị dị etu ọwụ ala ha n'iyi.
Chineke na kiwe biko daki we bohoko. Bohoko pe sunu bohoko. Kahara, abade hembe habu. Ora ndo kochuku. Ora me hono makulie we si. Na ga de Nigeria na mma. Oga adire nya na mma de sunu na mma. Sita. Ko si we na mero bochi nkete bode ko si du zu Nigeria. Le kwa Nigeria ma dosa ya Chineke na de ngosi. Onye ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka Nigeria wee wuru ofu nna nke ebere jide ndị na-etu a wee laa ha n'iyi. Chineke na kiwe biko daki we kpọọ ha ọkụ. Kpọọ ha ọkụ kpọọ ezinụlọ ha ọkụ. Ka ha ra agbanyeghị ndị ha bụ ọbụladị ndị ụkọchukwu onye ọbụla mmemme ọnụ ma kulie wee sị na ọ ga-adị Nigeria na mma ọ ga.
Did you hear it? Did you hear Mazen Nandekano? You hear that prayer? And we say, he say, in that prayer, we say, he say, anybody that is standing on the way of Biafran people, who is still praying for a kind of a new Nigeria or whatever kind of Nigeria he's praying for, whether you are a pastor, whether you are a reverend, whether you are a native doctor, whether you are an imam, whoever you are, whether you are a Igbo Biafran, you are a Joe Biafran, whichever place you are, and you are talking about the unity of Nigeria and the progress of Nigeria, the prayer of Mazen Nandekano will come against you. He say, I appreciate every one of you that have joined me on this very broadcast. Wherever you have joined me on this very broadcast, I appreciate you. I thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you so much for being with me. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect every one of you. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect you, continue to guide and empower you. Everyone that is watching from Biafra land, wherever you are, I urge you to please stand firm and stand strong. We are going home. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect every Biafran in Biafra land. No evil shall befall you. Everyone that is genuinely seeking for freedom, you will see freedom in your lifetime. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect the ESN, guide and protect the Biafran Liberation Army, guide and protect the BNL, guide and protect all the leaders, guide and protect everyone that is fighting for Biafra genuinely. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect all our media warriors. Guide and protect all the members of Umuada. Guide and protect our defense minister and the leader of Umuada. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect all the members of the cabinet of Biafra government in exile. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect our prime minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect him, secure him. Every plans of the evil against our prime minister, every attack against him that is coming from right, left, and center, every manipulation of the enemies, whatever thing they have planned in the secret and in open against our prime minister, it will never ever stand. None of the evil will stand. He will never dash his foot against a stone. Every hole they have dug for them, every hole they have dug for Simon Ekpa, they will fall into it. Every hole they have dug for Simon Ekpa, they will fall into it and they will use them to cover that hole. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano. We pray for divine grace upon him. We pray for divine protection. We pray for divine healing. We pray that very soon our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano, will join us. No evil shall befall him. I appreciate every one of you, and I thank you for being here until the end of this very broadcast. No weapon formed or fashioned against the Biafran people shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our prime minister shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our school Mazen Nandekano shall prosper. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from, and remain blessed. I will see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. If you have time, join me in the evening so that we can equally continue to do the needful. Thank you so much and stay blessed. Thank you, Machi Best Channel. Thank you so much.